Hey everybody, it's the GIJOE team! Roll the music!
Hey!
Addiction and your shelves are overflowing.
Hold tight!
When you don't know what new is coming, but you fear you might miss out. Just sit right back, just relax and watch you listen. The GIJOE brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't know you needed. Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle
I love it when a plan comes together. What?
on your shelf.
Hey, welcome back. It's another Saturday afternoon for me, evening for some of you, all of you, right?
Afternoon.
Late
3
afternoon.
Afternoon.
Late
3 o'clock.
afternoon.
2 o'clock.
Crazy.
A chilly afternoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brr.
Chip told me it was -9 in Chicago this morning.
It warmed up though. I just said it was 7 degrees here.
Yeah.
I looked it up after you said that we got 6 right now.
Yeah, it's warmer. I think it was like -15 or something yesterday.
Oh,
Wow.
So the three of us here are fascinated with the temperature, and one of us just goes outside in shorts, and if it's too hot, we'll go back inside and take off a layer of clothes.
Yep. Who can you guess which one that is?
so in the chat, give us your guess.
Who doesn't pay attention to the temperature at all and just goes, "Well, it's too hot. I better take something off." Or "Oh, it's too cold. I better put something on."
At least you got that banana hammock on.
Yep.
All right, Prophets saying congrats, Eric, on Indiana's win.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, those are the Hoosiers, right? Is that where the state is that movie was based on too?
Yes.
Some
Yeah.
backcountry
High school basketball
high school
team. Yeah.
Hickory. That's like a true story?
I think it's based on a true story. I'm not much of a basketball person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and I'm not from Indiana originally, or at all.
I would hope that you're a flesh and blood person, not a basketball.
I
mean, if you were made out of basketball, that'd just be really weird.
Yeah.
So I have a question about these like true life stories or even movies in general, right? Like if a movie or a true life story happens and becomes popular and it's based on something geographically close to you, have you guys like gone out to go see the site or the background areas, or have you done any of that type of stuff, like go scouting for the filming locations, or do you do anything?
I've done some of that just naturally. A lot of those movies from the 80s, like all those John Hughes movies, are filmed in Chicagoland, like around where I'm from, because he's from like a town over from me originally. So like Cameron's house in Ferris Bueller's Day Off is down the street from one of my best friends growing up. So like we used to play in that ravine all the time. Where the Ferrari goes down in the ravine. Yeah.
Because when that movie, did you guys see this movie McFarlane about the runners in California?
No.
So there's a movie about these cross-country runners. They're all like migrant families. The kids grew up, they have to work in the fields before school and after school or whatever. And then this coach goes out to the Central Valley and he realizes these kids can run. So he makes their first cross-country team. And then basically they like are the reigning state champions for like years. As soon as we saw that movie, we were driving between my house and my mom's house up in Northern California, and McFarlane's on the way. Never heard of him before, not even when I went to school there in Northern California, because I didn't run cross country. But I mean, we made it a point to stop, and check out McFarlane and drive around and stuff like that. So I was just curious.
Well, I went on a surfing trip down in Oregon. Or over, I guess now, and I made a point to stop by where the beach and line up the rocks like the Goonies did.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say like you went to University of Oregon for like a Animal House filming
No.
locations.
No, I had to see the Goonies beach and
Yeah.
look out Astoria or whatever. And the house is there, the Goonies house is there and stuff. But
hold on, can I
the other
I want to say something. Somebody's microphone is super good because I pick up all of your mouse clicks.
My hands are free.
I can hear all of your mouse clicks.
Oh, that's not my mouse clicks. That's my keyboard.
Oh, okay. I can hear it. It's like, wow, that's a great mic. I need that mic. Okay, go ahead.
It's a Yeti.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, I can give you the model number now.
and when I first moved to Florida, the arcade was still open. That part of that Myers guy was from the Donkey Kong movie, King of Kong or whatever. The Billy Myers guy is like loved down here in Miami, and his arcade was the arcade that was in that movie was still here. It's closed now, but when I first moved down here, I went to it. I was like, holy crap, this place is cool. But and even though he's a jerk and faked his winning, faked his video, they still love him down here because they don't believe it,
There is a place close to where I live. It's about an hour and a half away. It's in the desert, and it's where they built the sail barge for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have friends that
because of Connor's comment about never visiting the sites from The Last Jedi.
Yeah, parts of Ireland are now off limits to Connor. He will not go there. But I have friends from Seattle that every year they take a trip down there and dig up more parts, and they come back with pieces of wood and other things from the sail barge still there.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. Funny story. Earlier this week, on my work laptop, like Windows will change your background for whatever kind of fancy landscape pictures, and it'll cycle through different pictures from time to time. And one of the pictures I just opened up my laptop in a meeting, and the background was part of Tunisia where the Phantom Menace was filmed. It was like Anakin and Shmi's like house area in that like Maz Espa area. So I was like, but it was just called like, I guess that place in Tunisia is called Tatooine actually.
Yeah.
But it didn't say anything Star
yeah.
Wars related. It was just like some landscape or whatever buildings in Tunisia. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly where that is. Microsoft probably knows way too much about me.
They do.
And when I was in Chicago for Star Wars Celebration, I got an Uber the day before Celebration started, and I was like, do you know this location? Because they filmed Batman there. And he's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. And he drove me there to look at it. And then he waited. And I was like, what are you waiting for? He goes, oh, there's 2 more sites you got to go see where they filmed Batman. And he actually ended up taking me around to like 3 or 4 spots where they had filmed it.
Where did you go? The old post office?
Yeah,
we went to by the Board of Trade, or like on Lower Wacker?
Yeah, we went to I remember Wacker, yeah. And we went to the post, because the post office was actually the bank in the movie, right?
Yep.
And then they had the scene with the parade where Gordon gets shot, and all the cops are out there. He took me there, and then the bridge. There's that bridge that goes under where Batman was racing through.
Yep.
He took me down there, and so he knew it. He's like, I've taken people before, so he goes, I'll just show you all the spots, and so I can get pictures and. He was really cool about it. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. If you're ever back in town, you got to let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So this week we're going to do the week's rewind, where we're going to talk about action figures that were revealed during the week. We also got some other stuff we're going to talk about, and you can see this picture here on the slide. I do have something to say about this animated show, and it goes along with kind of our conversation that we were having last week, where Chris did a super chat to get me to start watching the Clone Wars. So I have that queued up and like ready to go. But first, let's do this. Let's talk about some toy news. So if you don't watch, there's the what is he now? The creative brand manager for the Disney licensing products over at Hasbro or whatever. Is that kind of what his title is?
I can't
You
recall
guys know
his
who I'm talking
title,
about,
but
right?
Steve Evans.
Yeah. So he has the YouTube channel and he does this thing called Tall Toy
Toy Tales.
Tales.
Yeah.
And he was answering some questions recently, and I'm pretty sure Eric saw this episode because I think I saw him in the comments asking for specific action figures. But somebody asked this question, and they said, "What would it take to TVC?" And obviously, there's some misspelling, so I'm just going to paraphrase what I think it's supposed to say. What would it take to get TVC to get all of the stuff and quality that Black Series do, and also all the characters from a show? Now, what he did say is that he felt like the quality of the TVC is equal to like the Black Series. He did kind of, and he had said that before, right? TVC, there's a lot of articulation and stuff like that. They've been working on that scale for quite a while. But his short answer was more sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, money talks. That's not
Right.
news.
Right. So that, and then he said, that's just how business works or whatever. He when he ended his statement, but basically what he was saying that it's proportional representation. So the way he made it sound was he said that there's only about half the number of people buying TVC figures that buy Black Series figures.
Okay.
Okay, so what he did with this representation is he basically said that if they're going to make action figures from that movie Mandalorian and Grogu, that they're going to make 10 characters or 10 figures in the Black Series scale, and they're only going to make 5 in the TVC scale because they just don't have the same number of people buying TVC versus Black Series, right?
Gotcha.
But I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys have any comments about like that idea?
I would say that's true. That's true if you have certain, like if you make properties from the current TV shows. But if you were to make an original trilogy TVC, you're going to sell just as many as you would a Black Series. Because I bet that if you came out with like a TVC Power Droid or a TVC, what do we need? What's another alien figure we need? Like the Weequay or whatever. You know what I mean? Like those original trilogy fans that are only buying original trilogy stuff are going to jump on those figures just as much as they would if they're in Black Series, you know. But if you put out another Mandalorian or another Grogu on TVC, they're not going to buy those because a lot of them are going to go, I already got them. I don't need another one.
I'm glad you mentioned that, John, because I got to say, like, even if they put it out in Black Series, I don't think anybody's going to buy it. So I don't know.
That's true too. Yeah, that's
so I don't know
true too.
if
You're right.
If this like reboot of the Boba Fett and stuff like that is to drive sales down in Black Series, then it evens up with the sales that they're making from TVC. So they could say like, well, TVC is selling just as much. You know what I mean? Like they can't, if they can't push TVC to get to those sales, we'll just bring the Black Series down to this level. That way, like we can make TVC just as important for us as Black Series is, or do away with Black Series altogether.
Yeah. I mean, do you really think, I mean, they're going to have to put out another Mandalorian and another Grogu, right?
They have the set already.
Right?
Yeah. Grogu's in a sitting position.
Yeah, for this movie, right?
You've seen the leaks, right?
And it just is like unnecessary at this point. Unless he's going to have, I mean, is he going to have another new set of armor? Like, are they going to do something weird in the movie?
So what they did was they gave him a whole bunch of extra accessories, right? Like
some sword
or something. So obviously he's going to have different weapons. The Grogu in the pack is like sitting instead of
down,
standing, right? But it was, to me, it was an interesting thing that they said only 50% of the people, right? Like, because, and then he followed up and he says, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really like a proponent for this scale and I fight for it and stuff like that. And I just like, I get like, so now I have to change my perspective a little bit. Are they spending so much time trying to build the TVC because they want it to get more, and that's why they're not. I don't feel like they're putting as much as into the Black Series, or are they trying to pull Black Series down so they're even up? And I'm thinking, if they know that the 6-inch scale is kind of the popular scale right now, because he even said other companies are starting to do 375, but obviously 6-inch, right? Why wouldn't they focus on that if that's where their money's going to be?
Yeah.
And make, I mean, like when Marvel comes out, I mean, like, yeah, you got that Build-A-Figure one, the Abomination that's Dan pointed out is currently in stock on Hasbro and awaiting pre-order everywhere else. But like, for the most part, stuff that's coming out is like, they're trying to build new characters, trying to fill in lines and stuff like that. But I don't feel that way with like Star Wars with the Black Series, right? I feel like there's a whole lot of, hey, let's throw out another Mandalorian. Currently on the shelf at Target are Krennic, which was a redo, and Vader, right? Which is cheaper than a vintage collection figure because it's currently $15.
Yeah.
And, maybe one Ezra might be floating around somewhere. But like, I look at the Marvel and I got a whole bunch of new Spider-Man figures sitting on the shelf. Other than that, Iron Man and Far From Home in the crazy box, right? And then you got the X-Men carded figures and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on with that line.
I think part of the biggest problem stems from Star Wars just having to cater to the multiple scales, right? Plus adding in retro and whatnot. I'm not saying either should go away. Like, I collect both. I think Black Series quality is so much better, and why I think that's the better scale. But I also love vehicles and play sets, and you just can't do that otherwise. TVC's best for that. But like, you said something earlier about like, how quality and whatnot TVC figures are. Yeah, they have more articulation, better articulation than 3 3/4 figures like have ever had. But I'm not sure how many of you have actually tried posing a TVC figure. It's not easy.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
No,
that's
I know.
what he says. He keeps saying.
No, I know. He's not wrong in that assessment. Is better than ever, but it's still like when given the option to play with and pose a TVC figure versus a 6-inch like Black Series figure, the Black Series wins all day long.
Yeah, okay.
It is easier, but I really don't have a problem with the 3 3/4 posing them. I mean, I've got most of my displays around the condo are 3 3/4. So
I'll just use this Indiana Jones because it's basically the same articulation as the Black Series. This leg right here has a 90-degree pivot, and it's got one pivot joint, right? And of course it turns, right? This is a Marvel Legends. This is Tracksuit Mafia. This guy has a double jointed knee, so he can get way past 90 degrees for articulation. So yeah, the TVC is more articulation because they have basically like this, right? Double joint. They've gotten rid of that because Black Series used to have double jointed legs, but now they got rid of that for this like 90-degree pivot. So they've gotten rid of articulation with the Black Series, and they've improved the articulation of the vintage collection. So it wasn't that, to me, that the TVC is just as valuable. It's that they devalued the Black Series articulation to make the TVC better than the Black Series.
We'll see. I think the pendulum will swing on some of the articulation changes for the Black Series in time. Yeah. I think they were like, okay, if you take them at their word for it, they were trying to make the aesthetics better by removing like the hip swivel, right? Seeing as that's like another cut into the leg and ruins the aesthetic. But if you're going to do that with like toe joints or whatever, you've kind of like lost your argument already. I do think like the hip joints are getting better with all figures, but they're probably gonna turn back and reintroduce hip swivel, or thigh swivel. We'll see.
Yeah, so yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know why, like, they if their 6-inch line is the more valuable line, I just feel like they're putting much less into it. And then for,
See that?
you know, so then I get what he's saying in his video about, like, you just need more cells, but I feel like I don't know what the goal is here, right? Is it to draw down the Black Series so that they can, like, kind of slowly phase it and then only have to do 5 Black Series figures so they can do more TVC figures because that's the scale he wants and likes?
I don't know. It seems like that would be a bad if it truly is that people are buying more Black Series than TVC, then yeah, you should. It's not bad to have TV still around because people are buying them and there are dedicated fans that are getting them and probably making it worthwhile for them to keep making them. But if the people buying it are mostly 6-inch, then just get all the 6-inch they can, you know.
Smash the like button if you want John to shave his beard.
I never agreed to this. What is this?
Yeah.
If we get $100 in super chats, I will fly to Florida and shave it for him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You need 100 likes. Yeah.
That's tempting.
If I can get a ticket for $100.
Spirit Airlines. You could probably do it on Spirit Airlines.
Yeah, I just think it's like a real interesting thing that you have a big company like that and they have this like line that sells twice as many people, but it doesn't feel like it gets the same. I feel like after that stream in January, I feel like, are they going to be paying more attention to it when they did that little Darth Vader Luke piece with the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin piece, right?
Sending in money.
Oh, thank you. All right, we're on our way.
Yeah, we're on.
We are on our way. Well, really appreciate it. So let's see if we can make it happen. I've lost my train of thought now.
Yeah.
I don't. Like, I do think like it's pretty well documented that Steve Evans has a strong affinity for 3 3/4. There's no denying that. But I don't think that there's some like conspiracy against 6-inch.
Yeah.
I do think that they could be doing more, but I think they could be doing more in both brands. And I don't understand the dynamics between Hasbro and Lucasfilm, but clearly they need to do better to help each other with keeping the property relevant and whatnot.
Yeah.
Hey,
so.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah.
See, when does the Mandu Grogu movie actually come out?
Late May, I think.
May?
Late
Okay.
May. Yeah,
I want to look up flights, John. You better get your clippers ready.
Well, there's plenty of time for them to put out enough figures towards the end of the year, and then in 2027 still do a lot of 50th for the original trilogy stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think. I mean, it sounds like they're excited about what they're planning for next year. So I'm optimistic. I want to like.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, clearly, Disney's going to want them to push a lot of Mandalorian-related products for this movie. You know what I mean? Like,
but who knows how like robust that will be because, you know, they've kind of scaled back. Even with Black Series, you'd get a lot more figures. But what was the last show? Was it Skeleton Crew that they did? Like,
yeah,
that was
but
the last new property.
I don't think that was on the same scale as like a Mandalorian.
No, it wasn't. But like you'd still get more in the past.
Like I think they could have just not made any of those figures, and everybody would have been fine with that. You know,
Which figures?
For the Skeleton Crew.
Oh, were we talking about the ships and playsets again?
Well, I had mentioned it.
See, I have like a really weird opinion about this, like ships and play sets, and I guess it's true. You're not getting a 1/12 scale Millennium Falcon, but GI Joe is making ships. I mean,
Yeah.
not ships, but planes, helicopters, vehicles in that 6-inch scale. So there's no reason why the Black Series couldn't do something very similar to that.
Well, I mean, they have been doing, like, obviously there was the snow speeder and
Yeah.
the TIE fighter. They'll never do things that big ever again. Like, but
Not TIE fighter size, but I could see snow speeder size in small.
well, they did the snow speeder already,
Yeah.
but they're not going to do something that big ever again because it just didn't sell well. So, like, I mean, they did the staff, they did Darth Maul's speeder,
yeah.
obviously.
It's all going to be speeder stuff. Yeah, it'll be speeder
Right.
type things that I think they'll do.
Yeah. So, like, you're right, Vern. It shouldn't preclude them from doing reasonably sized vehicles, but like of all of the major starfighters, at least you're limiting yourself to pretty much an A-wing. An A-wing would probably be the size of the TVC Razor Crest.
No, I think that they could see. Here's where I think there's a problem. I think if we looked at the Rattler, right, like it was maybe scaled a little bit up from what the previous 3 3/4 inch one, but in no way was it representational of the actual size of an airplane of that kind in my mind, right? Like in comparison.
Well,
so everybody's saying, oh, to get a 1/12 scale X-Wing, do you know, or X-Wing fighter, do you know how big that would be? Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't actually have to be that big because they don't have to make it like a a true 1/12. They could just scale it to fit the figure and look pretty decent, but small enough to be kind of like the size of the Rattler. They could totally do that, or even a little bit smaller, right? Like the Dragonfly or something like that. So it could happen. They've made that big, gigantic Enfys Nest speeder, which takes up so much room. And if that wasn't like an X-Wing, that would be great. It wouldn't be sitting in the corner. So they could do it. You know what I mean? Like, and then to try to say like 1/12 scale isn't like world building at all. Well, Ramen Toys is trying to prove everybody wrong with their sewer diorama, right? You got the who are those guys that do the cardboard backdrops?
Oh,
yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah,
right. And they're not just cardboard backdrops. What?
Extreme sets?
Yeah, extreme sets. They're not just cardboard backdrops either. They fold into like buildings, right? So you can have like 3-dimensional lookout outlines. They have like the streets that you can put down. Everybody is building in the 1/12 scale. The only one who's not really building anything in a 1/12 scale is Star Wars Black Series.
They did.
See, to that end though, like I would gladly take all of those types of products. But if given the choice between like vehicles or play sets in the Black Series and just more characters, I'd go more characters personally. So like at least that's my personal preference. So
yeah, I think that like the ATST could be awesome in a Black Series scale. I think like, if you were to do Return of the Jedi and do some skiffs, a skiff would be like the size of the Ghostbusters vehicle probably, right? And it would be open. That would totally work on my shelf with my Star Wars, right? Like you could put like figures fighting on there and stuff like that. It would look really, if you had like 2 of them, they could probably both fit, on a long shelf, one of these Billies that you get from IKEA, because that shelf is a little bit longer. So I just think there's opportunities out there. And, I think we all forgot, like they used to do like the dewback and the speeders and the tauntauns and stuff like that. Where are those? Yeah, I mean, why don't we have a new tauntaun? Why don't we have dewbacks?
Because
in the Black Series. Yeah. They've given up on the scale. Is the way I feel about it. I'm
hopeful that they'll revive the Rancor at some point.
Yeah, I mean, going back to Connor, he said, "Are you happy with the current product offering for Black Series, factoring in accessories, character choices, and articulation?"
I think character choices are generally pretty good. They've been really good recently.
The last batch
hold
has
on.
been fantastic. I mean, like Watto, freaking
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
yeah. So,
But beyond
the
that,
Geonosian, yeah.
I think we're getting good, like relatively good figures in terms of character selection. Obviously, there are still characters that are must-haves that are just blatantly missing from the line, like Nine Numb and Lobot and Leia in the Bespin gown, and like I'm sure there are like a
Power
handful of
droid.
others. Right? Yeah. We don't have a Gonk droid. Yeah, so. I mean, there are a lot of choices out there in terms of accessories. Black Series is never they're never going to give us accessories. I don't think anyone's happy with that. I think the thing that is most upsetting to me is Hasbro's trying to cut corners on deco. Like, was it last week I was talking about the Jango Fett, or was that 2 weeks ago?
yeah, last week.
Yeah. So the mixed deco, like some of Jango's armor was just cast plastic, and some of it was paint, like the chrome kind of paint. So it was just inconsistent across the board, and they haven't been always painting lightsaber hilts and other stuff. So accessories can be better, but I'd rather have like excellent deco.
Yeah. So JT is saying I'm crazy because the 375-inch figures are huge, right? And I get it, like the Razor Crest, the gunship, those would be like just
size of a dinner
gigantic
table
in a 112 scale. No argument for me, right? Like about that. But I do think that like that's where your HasLab is a factor, right? That's where that HasLab can be used. If there was a HasLab that said, check out this 112 scale AT-AT, that's going to be like $600 or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's basically like an empty body where you're going to put some figures or whatever. And it doesn't have to be fully scaled like you would imagine, like, oh, well, the 112 scale, the head's got to be able to fit the drivers or whatever. But to have something that would tower over your Luke or whatever, you know what I mean? People would buy that for the one-off collectible in their collection, just like when the Galactus and the Sentinel first came out, right? You're not expecting to fill your room with like 23-inch, 24-inch figures, but one giant figure or two, right? You might want those in your display to go with your Marvel Legends. So in that same respect, one big Star Wars thing to put your figures around would be super cool. I don't know. That's just the way I think about it, right? Like that's why I always thought that Rancor was the way to go. Was actually going to be really cool, but the problem is the Rancor's confined to like one scene, right? I guess all of it would be like one scene, and then they completely just blew it, right? Like with
they did
offerings. Like here's a HasLab, which previously we've done all new stuff for, but we're going to take this salacious crumb that we gave you with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive and put it on a card back and then throw that in. Then we're going to take the Gourmet and Guard, which we've already released 2 or 3 times, and we're going to throw that on a card back and throw that in.
Yeah.
Then we're going to take Luke Skywalker and the Jedi Knight, which was a Walmart exclusive, and we're going to retool it a little bit and then throw that in.
And give it a bone.
Yeah. Then we got to find these Halloween bones.
Yeah.
Plastic Halloween bones from Party City, and they were on clearance, so we're going to throw those in.
Yeah, it should have been the Rancor Keeper right from the beginning, and I think people would have been on board with that.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just a matter of time before they fix that problem and revisit that.
Yeah.
So Jonathan said something earlier. I think it was Jonathan said something earlier. Where are the 6-inch Tron figures?
Yeah.
Is that who was?
Yeah.
Well, for Legacy, he's saying
For Legacy, yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, the HasLab didn't fund, so let's just quietly stop talking about those Legacy figures.
Yep.
Homer Simpson in the bushes. Forget talking
Good.
about
Yeah.
what
So-
legacy? What Tron? What?
So I'm gonna go stir it up in the Tron Reddit where they where they went. Where are these Tron Legacy figures? And those guys, if you join that Tron group, those guys are always after some type of merch. And there were a lot of people that were excited for those Legacy figures. I think if you looked at what their comments were, they were not happy with the price point on that Tron HasLab. I think that, because they were way more than like $20 a figure or whatever. And then the light board, I think it was because the light board added a distracting cost factor. You know what I mean? But the Ares figures with the light cycles, or the Legacy figures with the light cycles and stuff like that, were just cool. And then I would kind of find it hard to believe that they would just give up on that, considering that they already went around and obviously got licensing for the likenesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you'd think that they already came out and had to pay some money for that. So I don't think that they're going to sit on that. Maybe they're just trying to figure out the perfect way to do it. All right. This is a part of the show that we like to call Bragging Camp. Does anybody have anything they would like to show off this week? Dun-dun.
I don't have anything right now.
Well, I got one thing to show off.
Okay, John.
Toys.
I got more blockies. So I did it, and I opened one up and got Dirge, one of the cone heads. And these are great little figures. I like them. Models that you build into figures, and they're pretty articulated, pretty good.
Which series is that?
These are called the Galaxy size ones, and they come with a stand, so you can put them out there.
Cool. Now, was it blockies or is it blokes?
Blockies.
I say blockies because it's like
Two
almost
E's.
like building blocks, but some people do say blokies, so I don't know.
Oh, I think it's just Vern.
Because there's no C.
Yeah. You got some blokes.
It's like the Timu Temu thing,
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go.
The commercial says Temu, but everyone says Timu. So
All right.
Which is-
Anybody else?
tomato, right?
I mean, you've all seen the Yelena and Red Guardian 2-pack. I did
Yeah.
pick that up at GameStop. I got
Was it on clearance?
$30?
Yeah. I went to,
GameStop over by me is gone.
Listen,
They're closing a lot of stores.
Oh,
I
no.
went to Walmart and I was looking around, and I put this in my video, but it was just really weird because on the shelf were all these tags, right? And the figures weren't really like where they were supposed to be. So the Star Wars Black Series Smitten was on sale on clearance for $15. The Vintage Collection Snugga is on clearance for $20. And the G.I. Joe Classified Series RR Tommy is on clearance for $25. Anybody familiar with the code names? So I know
No.
which figures to grab off the shelf.
No.
I was actually just going to ask you if I didn't know.
You could.
We got to
Yak
ask
Face
Jason
might
at
have
Yak Face.
codes.
Yeah. Jason at Yak Face usually has those, but
You think he has them for the G.I. Joe and stuff like that?
yeah, I don't know. He did.
It's just weird to me that
That's right. The
shelf
Mando
label-
and Blurg. Do you want to see the Mando and Blurg? Yeah, I do have that. Gary's right. I did a video on it, but I don't think I showed you guys.
That's the hot toy, right?
Yeah, I can get it. It's
Oh.
right over here.
I thought you were talking the TVC. I'm like, it's been out for a while.
So I got a box. That's what I ran downstairs for, and it's a McFarland that I got the off Amazon. The one that's on sale. This is the diorama piece.
Oh,
The
from
Joker?
the Joker.
No.
So I have this crazy idea of putting my selfie series head on a suited body and making him the host of his own show.
That makes for a good intro, Vern.
Nice.
That's wild.
That is crazy.
That thing is huge.
I know.
Yeah, that's very big.
Yeah.
It's bigger than your head.
It is.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
much
a
bigger than
centerpiece.
that's not much bigger than a TVC figure, right?
Sure. Yeah.
It could probably fit the whole, like, the Blurg and Mando in its mouth.
Because we wouldn't
Yeah.
we wouldn't want to make anything like this in a scale larger than TVC because that's not world building skill.
Well, you can't build a world around that. I was that's 1/6.
That's its own
Yeah.
world.
That's a
Yeah. You need like a warehouse or like a
No.
studio
No.
to do that much. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is awesome.
robot Mazinger Zero. Yeah, shipping company. Starscream Blukes. All right, so he just showed that off. Now, Eric, did you want to talk about your Ghostbusters HasLab? Because you previewed it with us. You said, "I've got some things to say." So should I make you full screen?
You can. I just want to find the email I received from Hasbro first. Hold on.
Ooh, this involves an email.
Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. No, I got mine a while ago. I opened it up. I was pretty happy with it. It was a little bit confusing trying to assemble some of the things because I wasn't sure like which way a pipe was supposed to go here and there and stuff like that. And then I searched around for the little USB to plug in the cable so that I could like have the power because the picture makes it looks like it plugs in like that, but it actually plugs in like that, which I appreciate because it actually is better that way.
Yeah.
But I do wish that the picture was like a little bit better on it. But go ahead, Eric.
Wait, remind me first. Did you got the deluxe, right?
I did.
So you're displaying as a 1A?
As a kind of a hybrid because I put only Ghostbusters 1 type stickers on it, and I did not switch out the rear bumper, but I have the super lighted roof.
Okay. So I got the base and the deluxe. So I got one for like a 1 and a 1A.
Okay.
So I admittedly took a little too long to open and unbox this. So word to the wise, when you're buying things like HasLabs, don't wait to open them to inspect whether there are issues or not. You don't want to wait on that. I did, and I don't think I got caught out on it, but I'll explain in a bit. So I've never had any issues with any of the HasLabs I very rarely had any issues with any of the products I bought from Hasbro in general. But I had an issue with both the base and the deluxe. So with the base, I'm not sure if you remember that. So there's a plastic clamshell that sits on top of the car in the box.
Yes.
And this is where the metal antennas were stored, right? Yeah. So for the base, that clamshell with the antennas were just not there, missing, gone.
Oh, really?
So it was just like that clamshell wasn't there to protect it. So it was jiggling around a little bit in the plastic bag the car was in. So so that's number one with issue with the base. I'll fast forward and say I talked to Hasbro and they're going to send me replacement antennas. So thankfully I didn't wait too long to get in touch with them over that. So it's unfortunate that it happened, but they're going to, send me the parts. Hopefully I actually get them. It won't come until February. Now here's the kicker. And oh, by the way, let me just backtrack a little bit. So one of the big reasons why I waited to unbox these was because I was really hoping to first watch the Ghostbusters team do an unboxing themselves, and post it to the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel, because they've done this stuff before, right? Like I
Right.
know TVC's done this. I've seen, like, I watched what you did, Vern. I watched what Dino did, and a whole bunch of others, right? But what was interesting to me was that there were like a fair number of other content creators that I know ended up getting the Ecto and didn't do their own unboxing video or anything, which is really weird because like they've done a lot of co-promotion with Hasbro on Ghostbusters stuff in the past, and I was just like, what? Like, why haven't they posted an unboxing video? That's just atypical. So I suspect that they had some issues, and there were some widespread issues where some of the like bigger content creators for Ghostbusters stuff just didn't do anything. So because there were issues with what they received. Now with the 1A, the really interesting thing, and you may not know this depending on how you followed the instructions, Vern, but with the 1A, on the front passenger side, right, there are the 3 little holes on the hood. One for the mirror, one for an antenna, and then one for another antenna if it's the one, or you plug it for the 1A. So
Yeah,
it's
the little tiny antenna, and then there's the metal antenna. And
right. So the middle hole where the little plastic antenna goes, with the 1A, it's you just put one of those white plugs on it. There's just nothing there, right?
Right.
So there's a part in the instructions that says plug that hole where that piece would have gone with the 1. But that hole is
getting it out.
No. Well, that hole is keyed as like a D or a semicircle, right? So the white plugs that you'd put into the body, right, with or you had to have used some of the plugs, right, with no matter how you.
I chose not to put any of the white plugs in any of the holes because I was like, am I ever going to be able to get these out without scratching or ruining the plastic?
Fine. Yeah. So those white plugs, there's supposed to be a special one that fits into that hole.
Okay.
It's just not included. And when I emailed Hasbro about this, it was like, they said, oh yeah, we'll send you the antennas in February when we get them. But regarding the little plug for that hole, they said, hold on. In regard to the missing plug with the semicircle, whatever, per the team, the instructions show the plug, but it was decided to not make it during final production. Like they just decided. So here's the amazing thing, and I know like each little piece is its own tool or whatever, and like tooling's expensive, but like they're cheaping out on they're a plug. So like the way I read that is that everyone that got a deluxe Ecto 1A is supposed to plug that hole, and they just decided, no, we're not going to make it. It's in the instructions. It was probably planned for, but like cutting costs somewhere, so deal with it. Like what?
Yeah.
Like I'm not like that mad because I'm gonna take one of the extra plugs that can't fit in there currently, and I'll like shave the thing down so it can fit in there. But like, what on earth are these people thinking? Oh, I guess I do have some stuff to unbox.
For the show.
Busted.
So I just can't believe that response. You guys know I'm probably more likely to give people the benefit of the doubt at Hasbro and whatnot, but like this is just a little weird and silly. So like in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this 100% explains why they didn't do their own unboxing, trying to follow along with the instructions, because they would have to say, oh, and don't do anything here. We goofed it up and decided to like not make that part.
I bet you anything if they chose to do an unboxing, what they would do is exactly what you're going to do. They would have taken an existing one and just
Shaved it
hot
down.
knifed it, and then just said, "Hey, you know what? Because of cost, we didn't actually produce one. You could just modify this. This is how easy it is, or something like that, right?" That's what I think that they would have said in their video. I think that they didn't want to do the unboxing video, my opinion now, because they couldn't figure out where everything was supposed to go and make it like legit, right? Like
And also
unboxing this thing was a pain.
and also
Oh, go ahead.
apply the stickers like
Yeah.
themselves in one go. Like do that on a recorded video. That would stress
they
me
were
out.
I gotta say the sticker was pretty easy to put on, but my thing is like there was something, I can't remember what it was. I had to go back and like watch when I took everything out of the box to find a part, because what there was like, I think it was where this guy was, or where one of the ghosts or something like that. It was with the
One of the
figures.
stands. One of the stand for the the library ghost wasn't in the same part or something.
Yeah,
it was in a different pack. Yeah.
It was something from the vehicle though, and it was like put on with other stuff where I wouldn't have expected. And I was searching and searching and searching for it. It was like a little part or whatever, and I couldn't find it. Oh, I think it was the side mirrors. Maybe it was the side mirrors or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Could not find them. And one of the things is because I thought I was taking stuff off the plastic, and I was like, and then I was putting these plastic pieces away somewhere so they would be out of the way. And then I was like looking at them. I could not find them. And then I had to go back and watch the video that I filmed to see them and go, oh shoot, that's where it is. And then I had to go kind of find the pieces, right? Because I had kind of put them, I think, with some other stuff. So I was like, my bad a little bit, but it just didn't seem like the car parts were like together where they should have been or could have been.
They should have had. So one of the things they did for the sticker sheets, if you didn't get one of these, you got these 2 sticker sheets, and the stickers were like had letters, I think, not numbers, right? And in the instructions, it said this
one goes here, this
goes here.
Yeah.
But with all the accessories that you needed to plug in, it just had like outlines of the pieces just going into the, like, with arrows generally in the place. You could figure it out, but like it would have been a little bit better if they could have shown outlines of the trays where everything was and like numbered things. Or found some way to
part. Like every other instruction book ever shows you like the 8 of this screw, the 8 of this screw, and that 8 of this screw. And they're like, these are the A's, these are the 2 A's, and these are the 3 A screws. And then your instructions say use 2 3A screws, right? This thing was not like that. I bent one of my antennas, by the way, because of the way it was packaged. I struggled to get it out.
The metal one or the plastic?
Yeah, the metal one without breaking it. I'm sure that other people, were able to do it. And you know what people do say in my videos that I kind of like rough and kind of manhandle stuff. But in my defense, right? When you put on your toy box that a 4-year-old should be playing with it, it should not break if I am a little bit rough with it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So if you got to put white gloves on to handle this stuff, they got to take the 4 off.
Yep.
So it's not the end of the world what happened. I just can't believe like things transpired that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I oversold the story, but
do HasLabs do a 4 on the box? I don't think do they even have any dates on a HasLab?
I don't think they have anything because they're
not sold in retail.
Yeah, they're not sold in retail, so they're not required to have that on there.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, they go with your stuff that's made for 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
This is too much work. That's too much work for a toy.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I gotta say, like, this thing, was super easy. Just came right out of the box. You just put it together. It's not like the most fantastical thing you've ever seen, right? But like the ramen van, easily put together.
Yeah, it was a
Right?
snack.
Like no frills, stuff like that. But when you get like the Awe Striker, oh my gosh, I struggled with that thing. You know what I mean? This
I
thing
remember you
was
saying
like
that.
finding all little parts. Now it is a premium item, you know, but you would expect that like and I get like Eric's box didn't have certain things in it, right? So to me, that's just a packaging mishap on their part. So luckily they're taking
Well,
care
one of them at least for that, right?
Yeah.
But
Black Series is not made for 4-year-olds.
What do you get? This is live unboxing on Eric's channel.
That should be a GI Joe because it comes with that special netting.
Oh no, it's
Padme
Padme.
netting. Padme.
Look at that. And
ABC.
Maul.
Darth Maul
Ooh, I like the package.
with the Maul logo on it.
Yeah,
Even.
that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and Shakti. I like Shakti.
I just saw her in Target today.
Yep, I saw all of those in Target yesterday.
First time.
Of course, Eric snowed in, so his mail dude delivered those. He did not have to go out in 7-degree weather.
Yep.
He would have had to put on an
we don't
extra
have
layer.
much snow.
And now this will be a second set, right? You bought two of each.
Oh, did you hear about this thing in the cantina? They're not even going to ship like cantinas to like certain countries that ordered them.
Mexico, isn't it?
Yeah. This is nuts.
Wow.
Dude. You took orders from somebody and like the retailer said, yeah, it's going to be available here. People
The
ordered
straight
it.
guy. Yep.
People ordered it and they're not finding out until it shipped after it shipped to everybody that we didn't even bother making them for you guys.
That's a good looking figure, Eric. Like
Yeah.
I'm impressed with how they did that one, and he's got the helmet, or at least another head if it's not the helmet. And
It's with TVC, it's like when they have helmets, they're just different heads.
Yeah,
they
they're
don't like
different
try.
heads.
They don't do what Black Series does with like put an unpainted head and glue on a helmet to it. But yeah,
Yeah.
the card art's actually pretty good with this too.
yeah, and you got
Yeah.
the two sabers, and there was something else in there too, right? Isn't there another accessory?
Yeah. So the
A hilt.
the hilt not ignited, and then the two separate
Yeah.
hilts. Because with TVC, those
And he's
are
got a
individual.
claw.
Like the blades don't remove. It's all
Oh,
like
yeah.
one piece of plastic.
And he's got a cloth overcoat with a
Yeah,
with plastic.
the poncho. Yeah.
poncho
Yeah.
or whatever, right? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would-
even though I don't really care for collecting anything from the Acolyte, I just thought it looked like a really nice looking
Oh
figure.
yeah.
You know,
I just wanted it because I haven't decided if he'll go in the cantina or in one of the star speeders behind me. So
yeah.
can
I
say
really
that-
hope they don't leave that on the table. Like I'm glad that this. I know we're going to talk about it in a minute, but I'm glad that this Darth Maul series is coming out because it looks like it might answer some of the questions we had after Solo, where we were like, well, we want to know about Darth Maul and this crime syndicate stuff, you know,
now we
and,
won't talk about it.
and it might fill in some of that this show. So they didn't just totally drop that. You might get some of it, and I'm hoping that the Stranger Plagueis connection that we saw in Acolyte, that part of it, I hope carries on somewhere else. Because
oh yeah,
in
well
the future,
hopefully live action, but
yeah, but even if it went animated or did something else, I'd like it.
yeah, I just
All right, so
I just
let's
think that
start
actor
it.
did whatever.
The TV and movie news you didn't know you needed. First of all, though, before you guys get too far into the weeds on this, has anybody watched this show Beauty that just came out?
No, that's the
What
Ashton
is that?
Kutcher one.
So I already found the first plot hole by episode 1, and I just want to point it out to you. So if you do get around to watching it, so there's something that happens, and these people physically morph and transform into better looking people or whatever, right? So there's something that happens inside of them. So then something that gets like this investigative team to try to figure out what's going on because these people are exploding. But anyways, there's one scene early on in the show where the investigators have the 4 folders of what the people look like, and then the guy throws the pictures down and he says, these are these people. And then the partner's like, well, that's really great plastic surgery. Are you sure they're the same people? And he said, yeah, we identified them through dental records. Okay, so you got to remember that part, because later on in the episode, they show the dude morphing in the hotel room, and he pulls all his freaking teeth out.
Do they grow back?
Yeah, because he gets a perfect set of teeth in his new form, right?
So the dental records will be totally different.
Right. So these other guys either got a version where they didn't get the perfect teeth, or they just
They look great on the outside. He smiles, his teeth are all over the place.
They just blew their own story. So anyways, first episode, right?
I've been watching was it Sandakar or whatever, the pirate one. That's really good.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah.
The pirate, it's really good.
Where is this?
What is it?
It's on Netflix or something, right?
Netflix, I think it's a pirate show.
Sandakar
or Sandadar. It's a weird name, but it's the character's first name. It's the character's name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that Priyanka. What's her name? Chopris or whatever. She's
she's in it. Yeah.
The one married to the Jonas brother.
Yeah.
It's actually quite good. I've been enjoying it, Yeah.
All right, so this week
which means Jonathan, which means Jonathan will hate it. So
right, I do want to see it from the trailer.
Everything I think is okay, Jonathan hates. That's just terrible.
That's just how it works. What do you guys think of the Masters of the Universe trailer? Does that make you super excited to watch it?
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah,
looks cool.
I'll go to the theater to watch that, definitely.
My favorite.
I never watched a minute of anything Motu, but I'd go see it.
I do have issues, but I mean,
Which issue, John? Because my favorite scene in the trailer was when he was trying to get a sword in the comic book store.
Yeah, in the comic book store. No, because so Queen Marlena, Andor's wife, King Andor's Randor's wife, and He-Man's Prince Adam's mom and dad. Okay, Randor was from Eternia. He is, and Marlena was from Earth. Marlena had the Buck Rogers thing happen to her, where she flew up into space on a mission, and something went wrong with her craft, and it got sucked in by a wormhole, and she ended up in Eternia, crash landed on the planet. Prince Randor found her. They fell in love. He became king. They got married, so she's the queen. The whole premise was that she could not go back to Earth. They had no technology on Eternia that could send her back to Earth, so she was trapped there. And they had Prince Adam, and part of the reason that Adam has the power of He-Man, the reason he's different in that why he's able to have the power of Grayskull and turn into He-Man is because he's half human, half Eternian. Well, now in this one, they're having him on Earth, which he could still be Queen Marlena's. But if they have the technology to go back and forth, then as soon as she crashed, before Randor fell in love with her, she would have been like, "Oh, I need to get back to Earth." They would have went, "Yeah, we'll send you right back."
Well, okay. Let me hold on. Let me throw a plot hole into John's story. She crash lands. She meets the guy. She falls in love. They have a kid, and then by the time he's like 10, they finally come up with the technology to send her back to Earth. But now she's in love and doesn't want to go, but they want to protect their son. So yeah, it totally works,
right.
John. You said that technology doesn't allow her to go back to Earth, so anybody else could potentially go there, but not her.
And then the other thing is Cringer. He found Cringer in the woods as a little kitten, and he raised Cringer, which is why Cringer becomes Battle Cat. Because those cats in the wild were ferocious animals that would have killed anyone on sight. But he finds a kitten that's scared and hiding, and he brings it. Prince Adam brings it back, and they raise it alongside Prince Adam. So you can't have him raising a green cat on Earth.
Why not?
Because wouldn't everybody go, "What the hell is this green
No,
cat?"
haven't you seen these like people take their pets and have them like dip dyed and made all kinds of funny colors?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
And
they have
then-
some technology. Look, so they developed this technology to go to Earth. Then they developed some technology to make everybody think you look like a certain way. Unless you put on these special glasses, then they can see
yeah.
what you really look like.
Yeah. And then Tila is secretly the daughter of the sorceress. And when she was born, she was given to Man-at-Arms to raise as his own daughter. Nobody knew except for maybe King Randor and the sorceress and, very few people. But most of Eternia thought that Tila was Man-at-Arms' biological daughter.
Okay.
It was kept that way for her security. So that
so if it doesn't, so let me ask you a question. If it doesn't answer all of your questions, or doesn't fall into your perfect vision of what you remember as Masters of the Universe, you're not going to like this movie if they have a slightly different story.
No, I'll still like it. I'm sure I will.
Okay,
I'll be
move on.
overjoyed with this movie. I'm just playing that role and that thing of like, there's a lot of plot holes by that they could have just avoided if they didn't have Earth on there. Like, why does everything have to have Earth? Like, I'm worried that if we finally get a Sectars movie, they're gonna go, well, the Sectars are from Earth, or if we get a Star Wars movie, it's gonna be like, well, it's set on Earth now, and it's like, no, it was never Earth.
John, well, let me ask you a question. What do you have against Earth?
It just doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? Like,
You didn't like Battlestar Galactica.
well, that was related to Earth.
Only
Earth
because they
was the
said
13th
so.
colony. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
Anyways, they're on Earth. So then there was this animated thing that came out. It's going to be on Disney Plus coming up in what, April? Is that right?
Yeah.
When is Maul coming out? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
yeah.
Eric has the action figure for this Maul.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the trailer?
Well,
I'm happy for it.
I think any TBC expert would tell you, and I'm not one, this is just a repack.
Okay.
This
And
is a
they
repack with a new card for the movie to make it relevant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, not Maul from the cartoon.
He may have a similar outfit or whatnot in the show, but it's a repack.
Okay. Did you guys watch the trailer? Obviously,
Yes,
you guys
sir.
were already talking about it. So super excited. John wants it to answer like a million questions.
Yeah, I'm hoping it fills in some of the stuff about the crime syndicate stuff and what
if,
happened
like,
after Soul.
What if he's from Earth, John?
I know that's what's going to happen. They're gonna redo Star Wars and make it somehow fit into Earth.
Are you worried that somehow he has a portal and he's been hiding out on Earth?
Yeah, exactly. That'll be
Oh
what
my God.
happens. He'll travel like 10,000 years into the future and be on Earth in 1984, running around. And he's gonna look up at the one of the movie theaters and be like, "Return of the Jedi is still in theaters."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, did you have a chance to watch the trailer for this? Or do you?
Just a few seconds of it. I didn't
Oh,
see
okay.
the whole thing.
Are you interested in animation like this, or do you watch any of this stuff?
No.
Did it look?
Oh,
cool,
nobody
like-
paid me a super chat to watch it. So
Eric obviously saw the trailer and he's excited
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
What do
me
you-
too. Yeah.
What are you hoping for, Eric? Because we know that John doesn't want it to be on Earth, but he wants it to answer all his acolyte questions.
No, not Acolyte. The Solo.
Oh, the solo
I-
questions.
Yes.
I'm well, I think it's inevitable that it's going to lead up to him forming Crimson Dawn, but I wouldn't expect there to just be one season. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
it's going to die. I'm not sure it's going to jump immediately towards that, but
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anything. I just want to see cool shit.
I know,
So-
right? Yeah.
So I
The
actually
one question. Well, go ahead, Vern. I'll ask.
no, go ahead. Go ahead, ask your question.
All right. So my one question, and I want to know from someone like Eric, who also really enjoyed the Clone Wars and all the stuff that's come. Do you think that, like, so going back to 2008 when that Clone Wars came out, part of the reason for the look of it, the clothing and the backdrops and stuff, there's not a lot of detail there because the computers they were using were limited. In order to get that level of animation and that fluidity, they had to back off a little bit on the detail. Do you think it's wise to continue with that aesthetic today when you know that they could make these things way more detailed and way more?
So they have. So I think they're.
So, like, isn't it time to update these models and make them?
They are. So if you look
think
side
it will
by
look better?
Well, yeah. Well, I know for a fact based on what people from Lucasfilm have said about this Maul show, it's not 100% the same as Clone Wars. It's the character designs are a bit are different and unique because Maul is a POV character for this show needed to differentiate it itself a little bit from like Clone Wars and even Rebels, but it still looks familiar. It's not like jumping it's not jumping from like Clone Wars and Rebels to like the animation style for like Star Wars Resistance, right?
No, that was a jarring. I didn't like the Resistance animation that much.
I like the Clone Wars and Rebels style better, but like if they kept up with Resistance and did more of it, like it would have probably grown more on me. But the design for the Maul show looks like it's definitely different, but very familiar. So
yeah, because I've been just wondering about like why not, like it's just a question. I don't care one way or the other. I'm gonna watch the show no matter what. And I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed the Clone Wars and Rebels and stuff. But because I really like Maul and I want to see this Maul story no matter what. But I just question like the logic here, and I go, is it time to give us a new animation style or something way more detailed? Because I know it could be done in today's world.
Well, so they did try,
even if you did keep the CG animated style, you know.
They jumped and did that, John, with Star Wars Resistance. So they have done it. They've just went back, but I think that's not because they weren't satisfied with Resistance's style for whatever reason. I think it was just more of like, hey, for this time period, the design aesthetic is already established this way. So keep things at least consistent there. I think like should they make an animated series for like Luke's Jedi Temple and the rise of Ben Solo and the fall of Ben Solo into Kylo Ren? I think like that would probably something in a different era.
So you think it's era specific? Okay,
I'd be willing to bet that they would have a different animation style for a different era in Star Wars, and they'd use that as an excuse to differentiate more.
Because this is another thing I was getting at. Like, I showed my mom the trailer, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can watch this show." And I said, "Why?" And she goes, "Because I was like, you like Darth Maul and all that stuff." And she's like, "Yeah, but I didn't watch that Clone Wars and the other animated stuff, and I don't want to have to catch up." And I was like, "I don't think you're going to need to." And and I'm like, that's what I worry about. Is I'm like, okay, if my mom and her friends are saying they don't want to have to catch up, how many other people are out there thinking that this is a continuation of the Clone Wars? You know what I mean? When it doesn't
just because the animation style is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it doesn't necessarily mean it is a continuation. Like, I think you could just jump into it.
All right. So I will tell you that I watched that trailer and I'm kind of excited to see it. So I will at least watch the first episode just because of what I saw in the trailer. So that's my background on that. I'm not one of those that goes out and looking for animated shows, but it looks super cool. Secondly, I want to talk about the animation because, John, you're saying, well, they can just do all kinds of advanced stuff with animation. But if you think about what's actually happening in the animation industry, there's almost zero jobs in the US for animators right now. Like those have all been outsourced. So what happened was during COVID, when actors weren't going to work and stuff like that, there was a push to make more animated shows during that time. So those animated shows, because they didn't have the studios to do them, got outsourced. And now that we're done with that, what the studios have realized is they can have that animation done outside the states or whatever at a much cheaper cost. So people that were working in the animation industry, and I know because I know people, right?
You get people in your family that are
like my brother's basically telling me that this is probably the last job he's going to be working on, the one that he's currently working on. Once it's done, it's done. He's probably not going to have another job. Guys that he worked with before, like these guys that did like that were big in the industry and stuff at one time, that did the gargoyles and all that kind of stuff, that have like names, are not working in the industry because they just cannot get like the jobs, right?
Yeah.
So when you think about actually what's happening, this Maul series, how many people are going to subscribe to Disney Plus because of this series? Right?
Yeah, that'll be the number to look at. Yeah, exactly.
And because
do they see an uptick when this gets released? Yeah.
Right. Or do they see that like people aren't ditching their Disney Plus because of, and then the streaming of the show is up, because the show doesn't make them the money that it would if there was like a weekday block for cartoons or Saturday morning cartoons, because then you get commercial revenue, right? If it's on Hulu, like if it's like the Hulu version and there's commercials, it could potentially be making that commercial money. But like for any of these streamers who buy an animated show, that's it. It doesn't necessarily make money for them, right? Like they're just putting money out. That's probably why we're not getting the quality of the animation that you're kind of expecting, John, where they're going to be pushing something to the next level, unless it's a feature film. So I think that's a downside to what's going on in the industry.
Because I always go back to look at, I don't know if you guys have seen it or if anyone in the chat has seen it. I have it linked I have a Star Wars playlist for all these fan films, and I've got to update it because there's been a lot lately that I have to add to that list. But it's already got a couple hundred fan films on it that are linked in a playlist for Star Wars fan films off my YouTube. And there's one in there about a TIE fighter pilot, and it's kind of more from the Empire's viewpoint. When it was done like maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It's an older fan film, but it's done. I want to say like it's the style of Starcom. If you remember the Starcom,
never seen it. Because it's a homemade, it's a lower budget fan made film, so they're trying to,
and it's so full of action, and there's like lasers and blasts and TIE fighters and X-wings filling up the screen and flying all over, and like chaotic battles and explosions going off, and it's like, and the character art is like so good on the humans and the characters. And they're putting on their helmets and they're going into the TIE fighters and like they show them from their perspective flying around and do it. And there's a really cool story with it. And I'm just like, man, imagine if that was like more than just a 10-minute thing. Imagine if that was a full-on series.
Well, you could write Disney Plus and see if they want to pick that up, because obviously Disney's 100% behind Wonder Man. They got 90% on Rotten Tomatoes and only 10 out of 10 reviews. So I'm like, this thing's not even out yet. Who are the 10 people who reviewed Wonder Man? The guys that worked on the show?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And
then if they are the ones working on the show, why did one of them not give them a high rating?
Anyway, so Wonder Man's coming up. I just wanted to throw that Rotten Tomatoes. The Bruce Springsteen movie is already out. That is on Disney Plus and Hulu, so you can watch it if you're interested.
I'm excited to see Wonder Man next week.
I am too. It looks good. I'm thinking it's going to be kind of like funny, and I'm hoping that it's like, a good, I don't know, I'm hoping for it, right?
Yeah.
But I just think it's funny that on Instagram they're promoting the 90% on Rotten Tomatoes out of 10 reviews.
Yeah, that's a weird look, right? Just
this is a screenshot from that that real that they did, right?
Oh, I
didn't
don't doubt it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's kind of weird, but
yeah. All right. So, anyways, this is the hot or not section. These are the toys revealed this week that you did not know you needed. At the end of this segment, you and I will both be broke.
Always. You always make me spend money.
All right. So, this is the 1/12 scale Mondo Masters of the Universe. John, Silhouette. Eric, Silhouette.
I know this one only because like I've never watched Motu stuff, but I watched the thing this week. So that's the man at arms guy,
Man
right?
at Arms, yeah.
Right.
That's the T.
I'm becoming a Motu fan.
Does John? Do you get any of these?
No, I mean they look awesome, but aren't these like $100 figures or something?
Mondo's not cheap.
Yeah, I haven't bought any of them because they're very expensive. And I'll tell you, I have like 6 or 7 different He-Man and Skeletors and Orcos because if I see a new line come out and I'm not interested in buying like the whole line, I will just get He-Man and Skeletor and sometimes Orko. And then I get Clawful for sure because I have a Clawful collection. So I would love to have those characters in this line, but if at like $100 each, it's hard,
I know, especially
some of them were more, right? Some of them
you're
were
gonna
more.
have to. Right? I think if you want to start collecting this line, you may have to go get a job at In-N-Out Burger. Oh, you don't have an In-N-Out Burger. All right, these are some sort of shark dudes.
The tiger sharks from they were in the 80s. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Now the tiger sharks are like $70 a piece or something like that.
Are they really? Yeah, they were. They were like $65, $70. You're right.
That is like nuts to me. So how many of these are you going to buy?
None, but I do like the octopus girl. That's pretty cool.
Come on,
These
John.
Super 7?
Yeah, Super 7. They're like the ultimates.
Yeah.
Like they have that ultimates, which is articulated. Now, John, you had these tiger sharks, right?
Well, no, I never had any as a kid, but they
well, there you go. Your finite amount of collecting
in,
that you do is going to have to add the retro vintage
right?
tiger sharks.
They supposedly fit in with tiger sharks, Thundercats, and Silverhawks. We're all supposed to be in the same universe.
Tiger Shock. The best part about these Super 7 Ultimates being 60 something bucks is that next year at Ross they're going to be like $19.99.
Yeah. If I see them there, I'll probably pick one up. Yeah.
I was only able to find this year one Ultimates figure, and it was the Invisible Sheila from the Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
And I did pick that one up. I think it was like less than $20 too. Where is it? I thought I had it down, but I did pick that one up.
I do tell you though, if they did do a Mondo Clawful, I'd be very tempted to buy a Clawful.
Okay, back to Masters Universe.
Because Clawful is one of my main focus characters. He's very I like Clawful a lot.
When we get the reveal, John, we'll have this conversation again. All right.
Yeah.
Egg Toys Vampire Hunter D.
Hunter D. Yeah, isn't that cool?
He looks really awesome. I'm just like, this guy's.
I wonder if he'll have the mouth on his hand that talks to him.
This guy. Well, you know what? I didn't pull up any other pictures. I just thought these would do it. I think it's interesting though because like these pictures, you can see the stand piece that they're using, like the little coming out from the side. You could see.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. They didn't edit it out. You're right. Yeah.
So I think that's it's kind of interesting that with these pictures. But Vampire Hunter D, anybody interested in this?
My mom didn't like that I watched that cartoon when I was a kid. She walked in during one of the scenes with the naked girls, and she was like, "You're watching animated naked women? What's wrong with you?" Like, she was like, she's trying to grab the VCR tape and take it away from me.
All right. Bandai Robot Spirits.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
That metal. Yeah, it is metal.
Yeah, it looks like Metal Gear. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing because the Valaverse guys earlier in the year last year said that they got a license for Metal Gear, and then Figma showed off a Metal Gear figure, and I think somebody else showed off a Metal Gear figure. So it's like, are they just like handing out like Metal Gear Solid
Yeah,
licenses to everybody?
We want to see if one of them will just take off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they show the stand in this one too.
Yeah. Well, that's because it probably comes with that stand, right? All right. Then they showed these Scooby-Doo boxes.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
These don't have the figures in them, but they were just the boxes. I thought they were kind of cool, so I threw them up. Finally,
Do those have windows, or is that the?
It looks like the window, and then I don't know if like the cardboard.
That's like a render of it. They slid.
Oh,
in
that's
there
a render that's in there. And okay, because I was gonna say if they're doing like plastic free, like I don't know about that. But...
No, there's a window on there. These are at some sort of a toy or trade show, right?
Toy Fair or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Splinter Cell, not
Splinter Cell. Okay, sorry about that. You're right.
Yeah.
Splinter Cell. You guys are right.
No, they're probably right. Yeah.
And
look at that, looks so good. Yeah.
NECA's got Big Bird.
That looks good. And they included the original Big Bird head in this too. That looks different. Yeah.
A little bit different. Are you guys all pre-ordering this thing?
No. He looks cool, but no, I'm not gonna.
I wish I could go in because my toddler loves Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Now, is Sesame Street still on PBS, or are you showing like streaming?
No,
now. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, didn't a streaming service pick it up? I thought
it's on Netflix now.
Is it Netflix?
Okay. So
yeah. But HBO had done some stuff, but after yeah.
And I just realized a couple of years ago that Mr. Tiger's Neighborhood or whatever, that Tiger dude, that's actually just Mr. Rogers. That's the Mr. Rogers world, where the train goes around or whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. I didn't know that Tiger dude's neighborhood was like a spin-off of the Mr. Rogers.
Do you know the Mr. Rogers song?
No.
It's a beautiful day, and do you know what it is?
Neighborhood.
But what does he say there?
Voltron Force.
The reason I'm asking is because the reason
right?
I'm asking is because I guarantee you, if you remember it wrong.
This is the way to complete. You can tell I'm just ignoring John. Right? You just put them all out in one pack, not like those Gotcha Man figures that are going to come out once every 10 years.
Yeah. Do the helmets come off? That's what I want to know.
Well, I don't know, because both of these pictures, they have helmets on.
I know.
Yeah. So. Pilots.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Where is it?
John, are you going to pick up these?
I'd love to, but probably not.
Oh, okay. JT saying they never got Mr. Rogers in the UK.
The Mr. Rogers documentary was really good.
It was. I just saw that man called Otto again the other day, and I was like, oh, that show's actually pretty good too. Let's see. Is Voltron Force real or AI? Oh, are you guys telling me this is potentially AI?
Like it's not
I thought it was legit.
Render, not an actual image, you mean?
Yeah, like somebody just made it up. If it is, I'm getting pissed off at seeing all these like AI
packages. Yeah, because if it is, I got fooled too then.
Okay,
I thought these were showing off at the London Toy Fair or something like that.
Yeah, I thought this was legit. So
yeah, me too.
So I thought that these were actually on display somewhere. So
yeah, that's what I thought. But
yeah. All right. This is from the Big Bad Workshop. This is, I think, their take on the Little Red Riding Hood for their Monster Force.
Oh, okay.
But if it is, because I think they called it Red Hood or Riding Red something, I think it's interesting that there's no, cloak and hood. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Unless it's eventually going to come with like a soft goods thing to wearable or something like that. But was showing off like pretty much all of the accessories as part of this Monster Force line. So we'll see how that goes. You guys don't collect.
I'm interested to see. I do.
Yeah. I want to see the painted version, right? Like it looks really cool in the unpainted render, but I do want to see a painted render.
Sean thinks it's going to have soft goods on it. Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully it will. This was also Big Bad Workshop. So Big Bad Workshop's working with a lot of people to do figures, right? Gridiron Studios was doing all the weapons for Monster Force. So it was kind of weird because this actually looks like it's the Gridiron Studios action figure line. Like this is actually a Gridiron Studios item where they partnered with Big Bad Workshop to do their own like kind of Iron Force or something like that. And I think it's kind of cool because it's going to have like the different heads here, but there's going to be a mystery bagged head. Each figure includes an extra blind bag skull crusher helmet.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. So
I'm on this till at least 5.
Yeah. So I don't know. I wonder if they're using the same molds and stuff that the Monster Force guys are using. Like if that's how they're getting around, like you know what I mean? I really
makes sense, you know what I mean? Like
because Big Bad Workshop does like a live stream, and I think it would be interesting to know that like Big Bad is the one who basically paid for all the manufacturing for the bodies or whatever, and then all the accessories and stuff that just build the figures. Okay, so yeah, they are Monster Force bucks. So I'm wondering like Big Bad owns them, and so any products that get made from them, that's how they partner. Like, hey, we're gonna partner with you to do these figures. We'll just make them on these same bodies or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool idea just to get more figures out there, because I'm really excited for their like adventure series line. You know what I mean?
And then all they have to do is make different accessories to attach to the bucks.
Right.
And then a different head, right? Is basically what they're doing. Yeah.
Right. Just gear them up. I mean, this is totally like, you know, I mean, you're getting a lot of stuff with these figures. If you go back to this,
look at all those accessories.
It's a boatload of accessories.
Yeah.
All right. John, you posted these pictures, and I hadn't seen these before. But then
they were supposedly at the London Toy Fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are Playmobil
wrestling, WWE stuff. You know.
Yeah. Huh. They look kind of cool.
They're fun.
Playmobil.
Yeah. I could see getting the Hulk Hogan.
Just the Hulk Hogan? You don't want that truck?
Yeah.
You don't want
the truck. I'm not sure cool, but we'll see. Yeah.
I'm not sure the style lends itself well to like WWE. I can't take like the Playmobil like childlike like
toy
features and have that translate into
the Undertaker, you know,
right?
Yeah.
I get it. Oh man! All right, and then they got the snail shell pot mimic. Pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. It's $46.99. Whoa! Pricing is just bizarre to me on stuff.
Is that from Elden Ring? Those pots that would come alive?
I have no idea what they're from.
He's a pothead.
Yeah.
Man, you sometimes delve in some of this stuff that's like off center.
His eyeballs in a weird spot.
The weird stuff.
Yeah, that's like a nipple eye.
Yeah, his that would mean his arms are attached to the top of his head.
Well, it's a pot. It's a snail pot.
But the placement of the eye isn't fully like anthropomorphic, right? It's not like a human.
All right. I don't know. It's look kind of cool to me.
Yeah, he does look cool.
It is cool.
But
weird even for me.
Kind of expensive.
SH Figure Arts Thunder Gridman.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think it's cool that looks like there's a smaller action figure inside of
look, it's armor. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
And then when I was looking at this figure, I was like, Thunder Gridman, is that like that's not like an Ultraman. That's a different character altogether.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's cool. And then, so Mythic Legions is coming out with their own role-playing game.
like the Mythic Legions video game.
That's cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
It makes the characters like more relevant.
Yeah, so
Right.
I'm guessing it's going to be like very similar to like D&D or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty good like tie-in. I mean,
And are there two different scale? Like, do they have? Are those miniatures on the map? And then next to them are these large, like 6-inch figures on a.
Looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like it from the thing. I didn't zoom in on that picture, but yeah, I mean, there's the different dice, right? You got little figures, but you got these figures. So this is kind of like they were on display, and I think that's a really great tie-in. That's a great idea.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting.
How many people on this panel who have played D&D would play this game?
Probably not, because it's too expensive to get into other games once you're into one.
No, you wouldn't get it just to try it out, and like we could do a live stream where we try to figure out how to play the game.
Do you know how much these game books usually are? Some of them are $70 just for the book.
Well, obviously,
if you were to go and buy a D&D book,
Mythic Legions.
I like going and buying them used because of the cost, but when you try to go and buy like D&D books, like some of them are insanely expensive. So that's why I buy them secondhand off of like half price books or something like that, you know. But yeah, maybe if I saw it for like $20 or less, I might try it, but I'm not going to buy it brand new because it's going to be, I bet it's going to be $60, $70.
That's how much you would pay for a figure.
True.
So you wouldn't spend $60 for a very fun game that you could play for the rest of your life.
I'd do it if there was enough interest, but like for me, like these types of games, I don't know people who would get together and do that. So it's like I'm not investing into something if it's just me. Like I'm not gonna like change persona, like move seats around the table and play a board game with myself and act like a crazy person.
Well, do you think that like then they're sort of obligated to build like an online community for the game?
Yeah, but for doing that, like it's
naturally, though.
That's like then you're talking about like digital versions of this, and like for games like this, I'm not sure like people would be as into like a digital version because they like the tactile feel of the dice and
well, I don't know. I mean, we've been dying for a full-on digital version of tabletop D&D. Like my friend, because I got friends in Seattle and in New York that would play on a weekly or monthly basis, but we can't play because we're in different areas. Because we had a game going for 6 years in Seattle.
And there's no way for everybody to have their dice at their table.
Yeah. So we've been dying for like imagine if you just had a map with squares on it that showed up on your screen, and then all of us could log in and move our characters around, digital characters around the map.
Yeah,
and
okay.
We've been dying for a version like that.
So maybe I'm wrong.
They just don't make it. Like we don't know why Dungeons and Dragons hasn't made it.
Yeah. I'm curious though about this thing. Like, has it gone up for pre-order yet? Because I mean, it's going to be 2.5, 3 years before you get it from pre-order. If it's the same as like getting figures from them.
Yeah. What I'll have to do is I gotta ask my cousin's husband, because my cousin Mythic Legions in the video game format is one of the ones that he's on a team with, and he goes to like New York and Las Vegas and LA and plays in those giant tournaments where they 200,000 or 300,000 people show up to the stadium to watch, and if his team when his team won a couple years ago, they made like $300,000 or something. They get his gaming team gets buttloads of money from doing these games.
That's D&D?
No, they play video games like.
Oh, okay. Is sponsored?
Yeah, they're a sponsored real team. They're a national team sponsored by a corporation.
Their Nike gaming shoes?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. And he plays video games professionally and makes buttloads of money doing it. on a team.
Do
There's
they wear like a Letterman style jacket
They
with
do.
like
They have
their
their outfits.
with their
Yeah,
logos of everybody that sponsors them?
they have outfits. Yeah, they all have matching outfits and all this stuff. It's fun, but yeah.
Okay, so do you know how they have that Pokemon Go where you go around and you
Yeah.
get the Pokemons and stuff like that? I had
Yep.
thought that
I've
because
played
they can
that.
do this like location based whatever, you could theoretically, if you, well, I don't know. I was trying to figure out how would you kind of use that same sort of model to build like a D&D game, you know, where like
Oh yeah.
you're with a
We
team
were
or
actually
whatever.
adventuring out into the world,
Yeah.
and then you come across the yeah.
I think that could be kind
A
of cool.
dragon right outside in the golf course. Oh no.
Can you imagine? Yeah, you're in the golf course having a fight like a dragon.
Yeah.
All right. This is a really weird slide because cryptoids or whatever.
Yeah, that's the jackalope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
very
don't know why
scary
it fell
looking.
off to the side, but
A scary looking jackalope.
yeah. All right, and then I wanted to show this off because Cosmic Legions or whatever has this upgrade pack, which is basically just like the zombies. And then I started like going, man, those zombies look really familiar.
They
So
sure
I went
do.
and found those dudes from that tried to do the space zombies from Mars. And I
Yeah.
just sort of felt like, I don't know, I feel bad for the space zombies from Mars guys because their Kickstarter didn't go. And now the Cosmic Legions guys basically have space zombies. And they could just say Cosmic Legions Wall Tour upgrade pack from Mars or something. I don't know. And then it's all over, right?
The name was Toy Company.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Man, that's not right.
I was, you know what I was actually trying to do? I was actually looking at their Kickstarter because I wanted to see the heads because I know they had the one head with the movable jaw that came with the lower jaw.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see some close-up shots of their skulls because I was like thinking to myself, like, I wonder if maybe they just took the work that they had done and kind of just like said, hey, do you guys want to, you know, license some of this stuff or, you know, or take some of our, because I'm sure that they were already fairly far along if they had like samples.
Yeah. Do the green parts glow in the dark or not? Are they?
I don't know. I don't know anything about
I think
them.
that would be kind of neat with the armor. Like if the armor was orange, but then the green skeleton parts would glow in the dark, you know?
All I know is that there's like 2 Mythic Legions figures that I pre-ordered back in November of 23 or whatever.
It was.
And they supposedly are going to start shipping them out in February. So I could probably end up getting those in like April. But it's sort of like 2 years later. And I'm like, it's like, I wonder how many people have pre-order stuff, completely forgot that they pre-ordered it, and then like never get it.
Yeah.
Like I did order one of those Creative Beast dinosaurs. I ordered the very last reveal, which was that dragon dinosaur with the wings.
Oh yeah.
And I nearly forgot to, but I saw one of their posts and they showed like one of the last paint models. So it looks like it's nearing completion, but that's going to be like a 2-year before I get it too. You know, it's just weird. Yeah, Prophet the bear. Yes, the bear and Neve. I was so mad that one time though, where they had the in stock sale, and I ordered the stuff, and like I was like one of the first ones to order when the in stock sale started, and then it took like 3.5 months to get, and they were like, "Well, we're working really hard," and like,
but it was in stock.
Yeah, it was the in stock. The reason why they weren't shipping is because they don't have a lot of guys apparently like working there. It's just a small group, but they were all going to conventions. Like it was like convention. It was like the months of conventions or whatever. So every week they were like at another convention. So they were traveling and setting up. So obviously it wasn't leaving them much time to be shipping their stuff. You know what I mean? At least that's what they said in my the email.
So every employee they have is at the Comic-Con
Right.
instead of shipping out
Yeah,
orders. I got
right.
you.
And it was like their original post was like, it might take us 5 weeks to get all these out. So I was like, oh, okay, a month isn't that bad, month and a week. But it was at the 5-week point when they finally posted something, said, hey, you know, this is taking longer than expected, so we're going to add more people. I'm like, so you waited till the 5 weeks was over and now you're going to add more people. Yeah, the more people are you because you're no longer going to the conventions. I don't know. It was just bad timing. So I was kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth over the whole situation. Eric's like, stop complaining, dude. I didn't get my darn antennas from Hasbro.
Yeah.
And the little white plug that plugs into the antenna thing on the front of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to circle back on that because you could put the little antenna in there.
So yes, I can. I won't. I'm because it's not accurate for GB2. So,
but that same respect, are there things about the vehicle that aren't screen accurate anyways?
Yes, but like it's mostly there. So
like
I'm not that picky. Like I know there are people nitpicking over things, but yes, that dawned on me. But it's also just as easy for me to.
I mean, it is like it's a tiny antenna. It's tiny.
No, I know, but like it'll be easy enough for me to manipulate one of those existing plugs that they gave to shove it in. So I'll just do that. Yeah. I just can't believe that they told me they just decided to not make it.
That is nuts to me that they actually admitted to you in an email that they just we decided not to make that part.
So I've been waiting for the weekend. I haven't had a chance to look this up, but I want to go back and review a lot of people's Ecto 1A or deluxe reviews. I know I remember hearing one person complain about the plugins like, this doesn't fit in here. What the heck? And I'm not sure if there was anything more than that, but I want to go back and watch the people who did do reviews and see if this was called out further.
Yeah, I think in my review, Eric, I actually was talking about how like the pegs, like you can't get the side mirrors wrong because different.
Yeah, right. They're pegged.
Right? Like so I was talking about how
specific.
I like that about it. And then I think I said something about the white plugs. Oh, this is if you want to put them in here, but I'm not doing that because I don't want to not be able to get them out.
You can pop them out relatively easy. That it's actually kind of frustrating that you can't make them super flush with the vehicle.
I got you.
I just feel like I don't really notice it anyway, so not that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, I know. But I just thought that was
they've done that before because remember the TIE fighter in the control panel.
Oh yeah, they didn't send the sticker, and
this is on a different scale.
This is what I think is hilarious about that TIE fighter sticker situation. So Yak Face is the person that because I didn't order it, but he's the one I saw his post where he points it out, and he's pointing it out because he had a little printable that you can print out and put on your TIE fighter. So he was basically just advertising that he made
a sticker for it.
He made a printable. And then I noticed that on Evans's Instagram story, he put up a story saying, we're aware of this and we're discussing it. Right?
Well, it's gone nowhere.
Not a post, not anything like that. Bless you. Somebody sneezed, but a story which is up for a day and then disappears. So I think it was like a preemptive thing saying, if this turns into a big deal, we'll have this post and then we'll do something about it. Like, then we'll follow up and say, and we're sending everybody a sticker. But if if it doesn't catch on, then we just won't bother and because it looks like we're being responsible but without being responsible.
But that's the same situation with this Ghostbusters issue. If theoretically, based on what they're saying, everyone who bought a deluxe Ectomobile, so the 1A from Ghostbusters 2, everyone would be missing that plug.
So
Yeah.
what we need to
So
do,
how could they not just say, you know what, our fault. This thing that is called out in the instructions is not there. Be aware. You're not crazy customers who paid us hundreds of dollars for this thing. But like, here's how you can solve this on your own. Unfortunately, we're not going to go make a tiny little part for this, but just here's some good instructions to how to manipulate one of the ones that you got that doesn't fit.
right? And does that mean that what we need to do is start a social media campaign saying "make the plug" hashtag make the plug
They-
Hasbro make the plug?
I like that.
Yeah.
No?
I'm just surprised. Like, maybe I'm just aloof in the Ghostbusters community. Like, I'm not active in that community by any means, but I'm surprised I'm surprised I didn't even hear about this issue until it took me unboxing the thing last weekend. Plug busters.
I'm trying to find the TIE Fighter little printout thing. So I could
Darth Vader.
because I was like, oh, somebody might want it. Oh, because they're asking who makes that. And I know like Barrage. I'll find it. I'll put a link and try to link it in the comments or whatever, but I know it was Yak Face who posted it on Instagram, and then I
No,
did find
so I pulled it up. Hold on, let me send you the
Okay.
link.
you want to share the
it's on-
just share the link in the chat.
Yeah. Well, so it's not a link to he's selling it. He said, here's the picture, and just print this to a sticker sheet.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha. And then cut it out and put it on yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So I don't think he was selling it. I think he just said,
No, he
"Hey,
wasn't
use
selling
this."
it. He was just
Yeah.
this is the right size. Just paste it on
Yeah.
there. Or this is the
Yeah,
display.
if you, I'm pretty sure, like, as long as I can still read English, that's the link.
Yeah. That's what. Anyways, I don't know. Did you guys see anything else this week that we missed that you want to talk about?
No announcements, no.
Now, I don't know if you guys thought I did do a video on this, like X-Wing.
Oh, that's the kitty toy one. Yeah.
It was on clearance for $8.
Yeah. It's very Kenner like, right? It's
Yeah, it's
so
very
much-
Kenner. That's actually the Kenner figure that I have in there,
Yeah.
so he fits like pretty
Yeah.
perfectly.
But it's pretty much the same scale as the Kenner. I did
Yeah.
a video comparing them. Yeah.
And the thing is like it was hard for me to figure out how to get this to like open and close because like every time I tried to move it, the wings would
The
pop
wings
off.
fall off. Yep.
I didn't like that. But I mean, I guess it was regularly $30,
Yeah,
right?
it's really not bad for that price.
Not a bad
Yeah.
for the price. Yeah, exactly. I mean, $8 on clearance. So I'm sure if you want to run out to Target in 7-degree weather, if that's where it is, maybe you can pick one up for. I went back to see they had 3 on clearance at the store that I was at. I went back, they were all gone. So I got one.
I'm wondering when they're going to make a TIE fighter in that scale.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So
it's got to be coming up.
right. All right. Well,
They really haven't done much in terms of kids' toys
No, they
since
haven't.
the Young Jedi Adventure stuff.
Yeah. And even this line, I think, is destined for death. I don't.
At some point,
Millions
yeah.
of people buying it.
I'm sure they will do something special next year for the 50th.
I
Of
also
course.
thought they were Indoor Dude. What's up?
Yo,
Yeah. Hey, so I also thought it was interesting that I went to Ross and they had the GI Joe classified series on card back, and the ones that they had was they're doing some weird thing with the pricing now. So this is like $8.99.
Yeah, that's Stalker, right? Yeah.
Yeah. $8.99, but they also have him at $9.99. So it seemed like half of them got priced at $8.99, half of them got priced at $9.99, and I feel like they're testing
At the same store?
Oh, yeah.
at the exact same store. I think they're
For sure.
testing like how much they can charge. But the interesting thing is, then I just drove right down the street to Target, and he's still sitting on the shelf at like $27 or whatever.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's real interesting how they're getting stuff that's currently sitting at Target. And then, like, if you were to see all those new Spider-Man $40.99 or whatever, I've seen pictures of people finding those new Spider-Man cardback ones at Ross. So
So
I
who's
just
clearancing them
do
out?
not understand distribution, man. Just don't
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, which location, what store is already,
It's
giving
crazy.
up on those?
14 in Massachusetts.
Man.
All right, everybody. That's the show this week. If we got nothing else, we're not going to sing the Mr. Rogers song, John. But we'll catch you next time on the Toy Duo team when we have more action figures to reveal and more toy news to talk about. Have a
Stay
good
awesome,
weekend,
everybody.
yeah.
Addiction and your shelves are overflowing.
Hold tight.
Don't know what new
Well,
is
that's no
coming,
good.
but you fear you
Oh, it's all blue.
just sit right back, just relax and watch you listen. The Toy Duo team brings you what you need. The toy news you didn't know you needed. Action figures, TV news, all the pop culture you can handle.
I love it when a plan comes